Hi everybody, this is IELTS Breakthrough, and this video is about micro skill number 2 for the academic task 1 writing question. If you are going to take the academic version of IELTS, this is a really useful video for you to watch. Keep watching until the end so that you know about this essential micro skill that will boost your writing score in task 1. Note that this is the second in a series of the micro skills for task 1 that I've produced, and if you haven't watched the video on micro skill number 1, which is about trend sentences, make sure that you watch it after this one. Also, if you want an overview of all 3 micro skills, I've got you covered there. Check out that video too. Anyway, here we are, micro skill number 2. What is it? It is how to write the variable. And keep watching so that you know about this very important detail that really helps to improve your writing score when you get it right. If you're new to IELTS Breakthrough, thank you so much for clicking and watching this video. It's great to have you on board. IELTS Breakthrough is a YouTube channel that helps you achieve a high score in IELTS so that you can study at an international university and progress in your career. Check out many other videos that I've got on improving your IELTS score, and of course make sure that you are a subscriber and hit the like button, the notification bell, so that you get all of the new videos that come out. Let's get on with micro skill number 2 then, which is, as I say, writing the variable. And of course, you might be thinking, what do I mean by the variable? By variable, I'm talking about the name of the category that you are describing. In a line graph, it's going to be one of the lines. In a bar chart, it will be a set of the bars. In a table, it will be a certain row or column, for example. Being good with variables is absolutely essential when you are dealing with a task 1 question in academic IELTS. That's why this video is going to be so useful for you. Let's look at the variable itself then. There are 2 components. The first component is the measurement, and then the second component is the description of it. So it's kind of in 2 halves. The first half is the measurement and the second half is the description. We'll start with the measurement. That's the easiest one to deal with. So there are 3 ways in which your data is going to be measured. It will either be measured by a number, by a percentage, or by a topic related word. If it's number, then you're going to write the number of, the amount of, or the quantity of. If your data is a percentage, you will write the percentage of, the proportion of. If it's topic related, this could be a bit wider because it depends on the topic of your data. Here are some examples to show you. The level of something, the frequency of something, or just go with the topic, the population of somewhere. So that's the first half. Now, in the second half of the variable, you need to add the description. There are 2 structures related to the description. The first structure will be using a kind of passive structure, and that's when the description refers to things. The second structure uses who because the variable describes a group of people. Let me show you some examples. The amount of ice creams that were sold. The number of books that were written. The quantity of songs that were downloaded from streaming services. They are all variables that describe things. Here are some examples of variables that refer to people data. The number of people who lived in Chicago. The percentage of visitors who spent more than $50 in the gift shop. The proportion of men who worked from home. The number of students who cycled to campus. In both these types, you can see that there is a pattern to the structure. Now, with the description, there's a little bit of flexibility, and we can just copy it from the question. The variable will be given to you in your Task 1 question. You might see it in the description of the chart. You might see it in the title or the labels of the axes, the X and the Y axis, or the labels of the rows. So it is possible just to copy out the variable as it is presented to you. However, there are also a couple of things that you can do yourself with writing the variable. And doing these things just shows the examiner that you have got flexibility in writing. And that's the kind of thing that will boost your score higher than Band 6. So the first thing you can do is you can adjust the grammar a little bit to make the variable a bit shorter and more concise. If your variable describes things, then you can eliminate that were and write your variable in a more concise way. For example, the number of ice creams sold. The quantity of songs downloaded from streaming services. If your variable describes people, then you can also shorten it with using the ing form. Here are some examples. The number of people living in Chicago. The percentage of visitors spending more than $50 at the gift store. The number of men working from home. The number of students cycling to campus. So that's the first thing you can do. Just make the grammar a little bit more concise. Another thing you can do is you can change the vocabulary of the description half. To do this, you simply have to paraphrase. That is, find some alternative vocabulary to use in the description. Here is how we might paraphrase from the examples I've been using in this tutorial. Shoppers who bought more than $50 worth of souvenirs in the bookstore. Students who rode a bicycle to their university. Note that you don't need to make big changes to the vocabulary. Just a few small changes, again, shows the examiner that you have flexibility. It's also worth noting that sometimes you cannot change the variable in terms of vocabulary or grammar. It is just fixed. The other two examples might fall into this category. People who lived in Chicago, for example, there's not much you can do with it, and it's fine as it is. So let me just summarize what we've covered for micro skill number 2, writing the variable. When you write the variable, it comes in 2 halves. The first half is the measurement, and then the second half is the description. The measurement will be either by number, by percentage, or topic related. Your description will either describe a thing or a category of people. When you write the measurement, you can make the grammar a little concise, and you can also paraphrase, use alternative vocabulary. By doing this, it will show the examiner you have the flexibility that leads to a score of Band 7 or Band 8 in grammar and vocabulary ratings. Now, the variable is used all of the time in task 1, so once again you need to be able to write these variables out without thinking. And I've put a little practice exercise for you in the description below. The first thing I suggest that you do is to just copy out variables. Spend a bit of time copying them out so that you get used to the actual structure of measurement and description. And then do a few more practice exercises to actually write the full variable out there. Once again, click the links below to get more practice. And if you have any questions on writing variables, it's great to hear from you. So please put your comments below. Make sure also that you check out the other videos on the micro skills, because all of these 3 micro skills are very important for your writing score. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, day, week, weekend, whatever you are doing. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.